geopolitical implications of this event should not be underestimated. Depending on how much Washington can get out of it, the downing of MH17 could end up being extremely pivotal. Anyone who knows their history knows that media coverage of events like these often lay the psychological groundwork for war. Consider the sinking of the Lusitania in 1915, for example. So who was really responsible for the downing of Flight MH17? First, let's just start by asking some obvious questions. For example, why was Flight MH17 routed directly over a war zone? This was not a normal flight path. In fact, it was 300 miles off course. Normally, planes on this flight path keep significantly farther south, and the decision to allow MH17 to fly over Donetsk was ultimately the decision of the authorities in Kiev. Now, Kiev initially claimed that they were acting under the assumption that this route was safe as long as the flight stayed above 32,000 feet, which is out of range for man-pad surface-to-air missiles. But that statement was later contradicted by Ukrainian officials who said that they knew 3 days before the downing of MH17 that the separatists had the Buk missile system, which is capable of hitting aircraft at much higher altitudes. Now, to fully understand the implications of this decision, we have to look at what's been really going on in Ukraine lately. Mainstream media hasn't been talking about this very much. When these young fucking biting this, I'll have a snub nose, put to your club nose, playing the shit your club nose, playing the shit your club nose, playing the shit your club nose, playing the many of the munitions striking in residential areas. The civilian death toll for this bombardment was estimated at over 257 people 1 month ago, and the attacks intensified shortly after. Washington was silent. European officials were silent, and the UN was also silent. The separatists retreated from Slavyansk, regrouped, and over the past few weeks they've shut down a number of Ukrainian military aircraft, effectively stalling the advance towards Donetsk. In that context, Kiev's decision to route a civilian airliner 300 miles north of its normal flight path, putting it directly over an active war zone. Right after Russia challenged the US government to produce the satellite imagery to back up their accusations, this is what Washington released to CNN. This isn't high-resolution satellite imagery taken right after the crash. This isn't even a recent map. In fact, the map itself has a date written right on it, 2010. This is just an outdated screenshot from Google Maps with an amateurish drawing layered on top. And keep in mind that 5 whole days after the crash, and this is all that the US government has produced so far. Why don't they want to show us the real images?